Put you on party for you. Love it. 1 second to see. Hey guys, Moving the Chains here. Kevin Thomas alongside John Epps. Week 3 of the high school football season. Friday the 13th, and let's just say we had a lot of weird games, a lot of weird weather.
Spooky night.
Yeah, part of the reason we're starting so late is because every game got delayed, including Greer Malden, which we were at. Just kicked off at about, was it 8:30, John? So just getting finished here.
8:30.
Some games are still going on, so we'll have some scores rolling in throughout the broadcast as we're going forward. We've got a good list already here, but if you guys were at a game that we may not have a score for, feel free to shoot it over to us. We're still trying to kind of fill them in as we got. If you're at a game, let us know. We know what time it started, how the atmosphere was with everything happening. We're really interested to see how some of the attendance was and things like that across the Upstate. There's a lot of cancellations and postponements as well, so I'm sure there'll be a lot of ball games tomorrow that some of you guys will be checking out also. So I'm going to get right into it, John, here with some Upstate scores. Actually, let me make sure I get this sent out here on Facebook to make sure it's good to go. And then we'll get going with some Upstate scores. John, first thoughts on this Friday the 13th, Week 3 action. What are a few key things that you've seen looking through some scores already?
First off from the Malden-Greer game, I was impressed with Malden. We saw them a couple weeks ago against Hillcrest. Their offense struggled, but their defense is good.
Yep.
Their defense is good, and when they had to make plays on offense in the second half down the stretch, they made it. And Greer is a very, very good team.
They are.
They still are.
Made just enough plays. Like I said, we're going to
I was impressed.
Get you going here with some Upstate scores, go some statewide scores, give you a recap of the game we checked out there, Malden-Greer, back into scores over and over again, and then we'll kind of give you some teams of the week, things like that. So, John, I'm going to get started here with some Upstate scores. Our 3 games of the week here are the first that we're going to go over. Number 1, Hillcrest beats Lawrence 23-6 over here in Simpsonville. Abbeville, maybe the game of the night here. Abbeville beats Southside Christian 14-10 in a rematch of last year's Upper State Championship game for 2A. How about this one, John? Another one of our games of the week. No, it should be it was. It shouldn't have been probably. Chapman drops 80 points against Blue Ridge. 80-19, that's right. Who scores 80 in a football game, John?
Not many high schools are scoring 80 in a basketball game, much less a football
Unbelievable. 80-19, Chapman wins. Another good ball game up in Gaffney. Mallard Creek at North Carolina comes down to Gaffney and wins 27-20 in a really good ball game there between those two teams. Union County all over Broome 34-7, avoiding the 0-4 start there for Union County. Landrum 47, Spartanburg Christian 10. Malden 24, Greer 21, the game that we checked out. RS Central out of North Carolina beats Chesney 35-21. Woodruff 42, Seneca 25. Greenville 27, JL Man 6. And here's some postpones and cancellations we've already gotten. Bowling Springs Dutch Fork playing tomorrow. Crescent Palmetto playing Monday. Easley Wren playing tomorrow. And then Daniel Westside canceled, not rescheduled. Pickens TR canceled, not rescheduled. Southside and Jefferson, Georgia canceled, not rescheduled. And TL Hanna BHP also canceled, not rescheduled due to no power in the stadium there at BHP. So I don't know what's happening over there in Belton Honeypath. They didn't have any lights in the stadium, so they had to get canceled out as well.
Get everybody to line up their cars on the field and just cut the lights on.
Yeah, that's all we need. Yeah. So if you guys have any more scores that we haven't seen, we're waiting on a couple ones like Pendleton, Berea, Clinton, Christchurch. If you guys have any of those scores, feel free to let us know. Love to get those from you. Love to have you check us out here on Facebook. Like, comment, share to all your friends. Also on Twitter at Movin Chains. See under John's name there at Movin Chains. Also on YouTube, and you can send us an email if you need to. Send us some pictures on Twitter, Facebook, whatever. Love to hear from you guys. John, give us some statewide scores here.
Yeah, we had a little bit more luck toward the Midlands and Lower State. First off, a very, very close game that we were tuning into a little bit tonight. Blythewood knocks off North Augusta 27-24 in a very close competitive game there. Camden rolls again tonight. They defeat Fort Mill 43-27. Dreer over Eau Claire 42-14. Fairfield Central knocks off Calhoun County 19-6. First Baptist was trailing tonight. They come back, beat Ben Lippen 28-21. Gilbert 42, Airport 32. This game was tied 42-42 in the fourth quarter. But Oceanside Collegiate knocks off Gray Collegiate 49-42 in what had been an exciting game. Mm-hmm. Another part of the 80-point club tonight. Palmetto Christian 80, W.W. King 8. So folks really want to roll up the scoreboard here tonight. Hammond over Pinewood Prep 56-0. Keenan over C.A. Johnson 42-6. Lamar gets back on their winning ways. They knock off North Central 64-12. Lexington 35, South Aiken 28. Newberry over Chapin 31-14. Northwestern, a bit of an upset here, which is weird to say Northwestern with the upset. They knock off Ridgeview, a top 10 Ridgeview team, 16-14 tonight. River Bluff beats Lugoff Elgin 36-19. Saluda 50, Pelion 7. Spring Valley 39, Richland Northeast 3. White Knoll 51, Aiken 6. Wilson 30, Lower Richland 6. Also from, that's more in the Midlands, and then from also around the state, we've got Allendale Fairfax over Williston Elko 27-16. Andrew Jackson, they shut out Great Falls 34-0. Andrews 28, Georgetown 21. Anson County out of North Carolina defeats Chesterfield 43-3. Aner having a good year this year. They knock off East Clarendon 37-14. Bluffton over Hanahan 47-14. Cane Bay 14, Ashley Ridge 9. Carvers Bay 26, Hemingway 6. Charlotte Providence Day defeats Timberland 27-6. Sherrall over Central 14-12. Good win there for Sherrall. This is an interesting game that we thought was maybe a misprint, but Chester plays Columbia out of Georgia tonight. They beat Columbia, Georgia 22-6. Clinton shuts out Powdersville 31-0 as Powdersville continues to have a tough year here this year in 2019. Cross over Kingstree 16-13. Fort Dorchester all over Wando 51-10. Goose Creek over West Ashley 28-10. Green Sea Floyds, the number 1 team in A-ball, they knock off in a close game tonight. They knock off Loris 28-27.
That's going up, what, 2 classifications, maybe 3?
I think so, at least 2. So a good win for Green Sea Floyds there. Hartsville defeats Conway 17-6. James Island over RB Stall 22-19. Lancaster knocks off Nation Ford.
Look at the Bruins.
21-20.
It's a good win. They were down for a while there too. That's a good win for the Bruins.
Got May River over Hilton Head Island 46-10. Monroe Parkwood out of North Carolina all over Buford today 53-3. Myrtle Beach, they shut out Socastee 37-0 tonight. North Charleston over St. John's 14-10. North Myrtle Beach 29, St. James 7. And PD Academy over Colleton Prep 26-13. Portugal 55, Wilson Hall 19. Rock Hill over Indialand 22-12. Somerville over Stratford 33-25. And we've got Wayne County out of Georgia over Beaufort 41-14. West Florence over Lake City 42-29. And Woodruff over Seneca 42-25. Also some cancellation. Manning Crestwood, they canceled their game. Does not look like they will be trying to remake up that game either.
Okay, lots of good scores there. Like I said, lots of cancellations, lots of postponements. Kind of hard to keep it all straight, John. So we're doing the best we can for you guys. If you guys have some information about when somebody's playing or when they're not playing, feel free to shoot us that over. See some viewers over here. Thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate it. Comments are always welcome. Also, need some kind of help. If you guys know how to broadcast live on Twitter, let us know. We're having some issues there from a laptop. We've done it from a phone before. We're trying to get it from a laptop to get you guys some more ways to watch. I know it's hard to get everybody to switch from Twitter to Facebook, so if we could get it live on both, it'd be ideal. So if anybody has any expertise in that, feel free to let us know. Once again, I'm Kevin Thomas here alongside John Epps on Moving the Chains, Week 3 of the 2019 high school football season. A lot of teams had byes this week too, John. A lot of the guys up here.
I noticed that too.
Dorman, Spartanburg, Burns all had a bye. A lot of schools from up here, before they start their region play, are having a bye for sure. So It'll be interesting to see how that affects him next week going into region play. I think just about every conference probably starts next week with region play. So a lot of good football will be right around the corner here in week 4. We'll give a quick shout out to our sponsors. One of them, the George Agency, been serving the insurance needs of South Carolina for over 35 years. I mean, great guys there. Bradley, Richard, the whole team there, Mr. Wayne. Check them out for all of your insurance needs, all your employee benefits needs. They can help you out. They've got clients from Murrells Inlet to Mullins to Seneca to Greer to Aiken and Augusta. I mean, North Augusta, excuse me. They can help you out, wherever you are in the state of South Carolina. They've got the tools to be able to help you and your business out. So if you're looking for some insurance, maybe you're a seasonal worker, things like that, hit them up. I know that open enrollment starts, I think, in October, John. So perfect time to reach out to those guys. Check them out on Facebook at the George Agency, and they will be sure to help you out as much as they can. Our other sponsor here is Always On Top Clothing, Always On Top brand. I know you guys have seen the shirts. I've worn them a couple times. So has John in our show. It's a good-looking shirt. If you're a North Carolina Tar Heel fan, I know they had a tough loss tonight, but they did beat South Carolina a couple weeks ago. So get this shirt. Let all your South Carolina friends know that the Tar Heels are always on top. Check them out on Instagram and Facebook at Always On Top Clothing, Always On Top brand. So glad to have those guys on board, and really, really appreciate them helping us out there. So, John, I'm going to give you another quick rundown of some Upstate scores, and then we'll kind of go into a recap of Greer and Malden right quick. That works for you?
Yeah.
Awesome. So one more time from the Upstate here. Hillcrest 23, Lawrence 6, Abbeville 14, Southside Christian 10, Chapman 80, Blue Ridge 19, Mallard Creek 27, Gaffney 20, Union County 34, Broome 7, Landrum 47, Spartanburg Christian 10, Malden 24, Greer 21, RS Central 35, Chesney 21, Woodruff 42, Seneca 25, Greenville 27, GL 6, Clinton 31, Powdersville 0, and then a bunch of postponements and cancellations, including Dutch Fork, Boiling Springs, Crescent, Palmetto, Daniel, Westside, Easley, Wren, Pickens, TR, Southside, Jefferson, and TL Hanna, BHP. So that's what we've got so far out of the Upstate. If we missed any, let us know, guys. I know you are at some games for sure. So keep us informed if you can. And John, give us a quick recap of this Greer-Malden game. Like you just said, and like we told you here at the score, big win for the Mavericks. Give us your thoughts and feedback on that game.
Yeah, it was Greer was up 14-6 at the half. They're kind of in control, and then they had a huge kick return to start the second half, brought back with a penalty, but the attitude just seemed to shift. Malden took some momentum and they ran with it. And, I thought was going to be the play of the game was Greer had a 4th and short. They run it, get a touchdown. The game was tied. I think it was tied 14-all at that point. 4th and 1 about the Malden 40-yard line. They go for it, score a touchdown. And I'm thinking, okay, here's where Greer is going to put it away. And then they weren't able to do anything the rest of the night. That was about halfway through the third quarter, I believe. But Malden's defense was very impressive. Greer's a good team. I think Jeter, you can continue to see him improve as the year goes. He still he acts like a young player. He certainly doesn't look like a young player. With his
size-wise, for sure.
But he's going to continue to get better. Greer's still a good team, good defense. But Malden's defense kind of took the game over in the second half. Kudos to them. They made some good plays. And, their running back Ford was the workhorse for them tonight in the second half, getting the ball down the field. Very impressive.
Yeah, one thing you hit on, I think it's exactly right, is the defenses, man. That's what really the calling card for these two teams is their defense. Neither one is overly impressive on the offensive side right now. They may get there, especially Greer might get there with some of the weapons they've got and the Jeter kid's talent. Malden, they seem a little...
They're just kind of out of sorts.
Yeah, they don't have a lot going on offense. It's like you said, they had some big plays today. They hit a wide open 60-yard bomb at one point. They had a couple nice long runs, but I thought they don't have a lot. They don't ever really get in like a rhythm. It doesn't seem like So I think these two teams' defenses will keep them in a lot of games. They're going to have to rely on the offense to kind of get something going to be able to, especially when Malden gets into region play. Against Burns and Dorman and these guys, that's not going to cut it. You got to be able to score.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, like you mentioned, it seemed like Greer had a lot of momentum at different times, but then Malden just kept hanging around. Took advantage of some miscues on the Greer part. Took advantage of some, really played the field position battle for a while there in the first half. And just able to kind of finally put together a few drives here and there and just enough to get the win.
Yeah, big shout out to their special teams.
Yes,
They were. Hey, their offense wasn't doing a whole lot for times, but they were getting off some good punts. Playing that field position valve, and then kicking a 38-yard field goal late in the game that was pretty big deal, and you could tell from the Malden sideline that gave them a lot of juice.
Yes,
when they kicked that field goal.
Yeah, he was feeling it, feeling himself a little bit, dancing around. So that was a big play there. They saw them get a little creative there late, putting the cornerback Drew Phillips, who's going to Kentucky at Wildcat, scoring a touchdown, had a couple nice runs for him also on another drive.
And the onside kick.
Yeah,
onside kick.
They weren't able to capitalize on the score on it, but it really got the team kind of even a little more motivated, a little more into the game there by being able to pull that off. So that was a big play there for the Mavericks and a good call by the coaching staff to make that happen. So good ball game. It was interesting to see how these teams progress throughout the year for sure. They're obviously not where they want to be as far on the offensive side especially, but like I said, those defenses can play with anybody, especially that D line of Greer is really good with Kearns and Holly there. So those teams they'll be a force to be reckoned with in their conference. But I mean, obviously they gotta still keep improving to be able to win a lot of games and make a deep playoff run.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So John, do you want to give us some state scores right quick, and then we'll kind of go into our teams of the week and maybe the too far to get your butt kicked game?
Yeah, we've got a couple other scores not mentioned earlier here. So Wilson defeats Lower Richland 30-14. Whitmire 40, North 14. Hunter Kenner Tyler 51, Bethune Bowman 6. North Charleston 14, St. John's 10. Allendale Fairfax 27, Williston Elko 16. Wade Hampton down the Low Country defeats Swansea 35-21. Whale Branch over Ridgeland Hardyville 36-12. Saluda 50, Pelion 7. And here is a big one. Kind of took me off guard. Marion 55, Timmonsville 0.
Look at the Swamp Foxes.
If
shutting
you
out
told
the
me it was
Whirlwinds.
the other way around, I would believe you.
Wow.
The big win for Marion.
Good for those guys.
And now here's the score that doesn't really surprise you. Bamberg Earhart 65, Lake Marion 0.
That sounds about right, yep.
Edisto 35, Scott Brant 6. Sherrall 14, Central Pageland 12. Union County 34, Broome 7. Woodland 37, Battery Creek 6. And Sumter 54, Lakewood 0.
Okay. All right, John, let's go do our teams of the week now. Tough call here for me. I've got two I'm really liking. I really like Abbeville as an option, and also I really like Malden as an option. I feel like those two are the two you got to go to. I'm going to go, man, oh man. John, this is a tough one. I almost want to do co-teams of the week. Is that an option? Can I do that?
I mean, you can make your own rules.
I think I'm going to do two of them. Yeah, I'm going to go with Abbeville with the big win over top 10 Southside Christian. Obviously, Abbeville's number one. They're supposed to win at home, but I mean that's still a tough game. That team played them tough last year in the playoffs, 7-point game. I'm going with the Panthers and also the Mavericks. We just talked about huge win for Malden. They got beat, I think, 40-3 or something like that against Greer last year. So to come back this year and to take down Greer under the water tower over there, big win for the Mavericks. I'm going with a co-teams of the week this week for Kevin, Abbeville and Malden.
I like it. Always, if we can give more props, I'm all for it.
There we go. Who do you got, Johnny?
So
still looking
I'm
for a
going
second?
to go a little bit of a surprise here.
Okay.
We've beat up on, we've talked trash about them. Northwestern.
Okay.
We've talked about how far they've fallen, how they're not as good as they used to be, and they go down. They play a top 10 Ridgeview team that's been playing well, and they play them in a close game. They win 16-14. I'm giving it to Northwestern.
That's a good win.
That's a good win for them. And hey, this is kind of the classic. Don't think about the logo on the helmet.
Mm-hmm.
Don't think about the name on the jersey. This isn't Mason Rudolph Northwestern team.
Certainly not. Certainly not.
Anytime you can beat when you're not a top 10 team and you can go and you can beat a top 10 team, that's something you need to celebrate. That's something you need to really appreciate. So I'm gonna go Northwestern.
I like that.
See them getting back on.
I like that. Do you have your too far to get your butt kicked game yet? I'll make a quick note on Northwestern.
How far did Blue Ridge have to go?
You know what? However far you go, you get 80 dropped on you. That's too far. You're exactly right.
I mean, that's rough right there.
I'm going to do a quick Northwestern tidbit here. The Mallard Creek quarterback is a former Northwestern quarterback, Dustin Norris or something like that. I don't know how he got to Mallard Creek. I don't know what the situation was there, but former Northwestern QB quarterback Mallard Creek to a victory over Gaffney tonight in a little bit of a border bowl game there up at the reservation.
So I'm going to go, and you know what? We've got the technology here. Let's see where Columbia, Georgia is.
Okay, we're gonna MapQuest this.
And I don't know. No, we're just gonna Google. MapQuest was 20 years ago.
Okay. Oh, okay.
And I don't know whether this game. Do you know if this game was in Georgia or whether it was in Chester?
I believe it was in Chester.
Okay. So yeah. So this is a problem here. Okay. We were talking about that, and the reason we were confused about this earlier, we go Columbia. I go, oh well, that must have been Columbia High School, down the Midlands.
Right. It made more sense.
And then we see Georgia, and I go, well, that doesn't make any sense. Chester is right at the North Carolina line, right up there. Why would they play somebody from Georgia? Well, Columbia is down in the Augusta area of Georgia. Ooh. So that makes no sense for them to drive all that way.
Not at all.
And get their butt kicked by the Cyclones. They should have known better. They should have known. And now they know.
Yeah, I like it. Actually,
they only got beat by 2 touchdowns. So what are you doing? What are you doing?
I think this game may have been in Columbia, Georgia.
Well, don't invite Chester to come all the way down there.
Point stands. Point stands. Big win for the Cyclones over Columbia, Georgia.
There's plenty of teams between here and Chester they could have invited.
There we go. So you guys are checking us out on Moving the Chains here. John Epps here alongside Kevin Thomas. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you're watching on Facebook, comment, like, share, tell your friends. Really appreciate it. If you're watching, if you came from Twitter, be sure to like our Facebook page as well. Next week we hopefully be live on Twitter as well, working on stuff like that. But be sure to follow us on all platforms. Twitter we kind of give more updates throughout the games that we're at. Maybe kind of a few more things like touchdown run here, touchdown run there. While really on the Facebook page we're just kind of putting out into the third quarter final scores, things like that. Now we do put both our games of the week and teams of the week on both pages, things like that. But just love to have you on board with both so we can really grow the audience as much as we can. If you guys don't know, this is our second year doing this show. Wanted to give you a show that really just gives scores over and over again. There wasn't one of those in the upstate South Carolina, really even the whole state, in all honesty, John.
Nah.
That's why we try to focus on, giving you every score, not just a certain region or area. We go across the state with everything. That's why we have viewers from across the state. We have people from North Augusta. We have people from
multiple states.
We have people from Georgia. We have people from North Carolina. So we have people from everywhere watching us. So we try to get scores from all across South Carolina and even some kind of crossover matchups as well. So
we ran some analytics earlier tonight. Maybe a surprise, less than 1% of our viewership is from Italy.
Yeah, it kind of caught me off guard.
We're going to work on that.
We're going to grow that. I'm going to put some Facebook boosted posts going targeted directly to Italy tonight, so we're going to grow that audience as much as we can. But thank you guys for tuning in. I really do appreciate it. You helped us make this thing really big and make it fun for us. So I want to appreciate it. And one of those guys helped us out was our sponsor, the Georgia Agency. They've helped us get out to games and be able to go to games and afford to do that and afford to do some cool things with our videos and like that. So big shout out to those guys. If you have any insurance needs, whether if you're a small business owner and need some benefits for your employees, or if you're a independent contractor, or you're a seasonal worker, or you're a business owner and need insurance for yourself, they can help you out with that as well. So they've been serving the South Carolina for over 35 years, offices in Merle's-Owen and Mullins, but they can really help you out across the state. Check them out on Facebook, the Georgia Agency. We tagged them in tweets and on Facebook posts. They should be able to find them without too much trouble. So be sure to give those guys a shout for anything they can do for you. Also, always on top clothing brand. Great shirts. We've got a couple more designs coming from what I hear. This is the first one they have here showing the Tar Heels are always on top of the Gamecocks, which was true just a couple of weeks ago. So get your shirt now and rub it in some Gamecocks faces if you're a Tar Heels fan. So glad to have those sponsors on board. We really do appreciate it. And we'll kind of go into John, you want to get a couple random notes here I've got out here, or do you want to kind of go into just maybe scores again?
Yeah, what kind of notes do we have?
Well, one note, in case you don't know, the Shrine Bowl rosters will come out Sunday,
right,
September 15th, because obviously, the season's over, so we know who's played the best and who hasn't, right?
Yeah. I mean, most teams have played at least 2 games. So.
Yeah, that's something that I don't really understand, and I guess it's just for logistic standpoints, trying to get the teams lined up this far ahead of time. But really, setting a roster after 3 weeks of the high school football season, I guess technically 4 if you count week 0, seems a little odd to me. You know, like what if? I mean, I feel like a lot of it obviously is going to be based off production from your junior year and your sophomore year.
Yeah.
What if there's a kid who maybe transfers into South Carolina as senior year? Maybe he's been waiting behind a good player and just has an amazing senior year. But I mean, you don't know about him because he's only played
or maybe
2 games, 3 games.
schools, you know?
Yeah, this is such a odd thing. I mean, I guess I kind of understand it, but it's kind of hokey at the same time. But it'll be interesting to see how those rosters turn out. I'm sure we'll have lots of guys from the Upstate here in this big region. I'm sure, but lots of guys from across the state obviously will make that roster. As it's, I think, was it 45 players per state or something like that?
I don't know the exact number, but that sounds right.
Yeah, that will be out Sunday afternoon, I think about 3 p.m. So as soon as we get that, we'll keep you guys posted. We're also going to try to maybe cover that game this year over there in Spartanburg if we can. So we'll see how that goes for us. Any notes that you have, John, you wanted to mention?
Nothing stands out to me. It seems like every week we're talking about weather. Like to see next week have everybody in action because I feel like we really haven't had a week yet where the entire state is undisturbed and we've got a 100% full slate.
Yeah, and that hurt us. We're having to go live so late. We apologize, guys. That's why it's important for you to turn on your notifications. Click that button, top right-hand corner, the little 3 dots there. It says turn on live notifications, so you'll know when we go live each week. Usually it's a little bit earlier, around maybe 10:30, 10:45. Tonight it's about 11:30 because of the delay from the games with the lightning and things like that. So make sure you turn those on so you can be notified when we are actually live and not have to just wait around and guess and things like that. But if you do miss the beginning, you can start it later. You can watch it over again. You can watch it Saturday morning, whatever you want to do. That's so great about it. So be sure to check us out every week if you can here on Moving the Chains. John, I'm going to give the Upstate scores one more time. We'll give the state scores one more time. Maybe we'll get out of here.
Okay, let's do it.
Sounds good. Moving the Chains on Twitter, Moving Chains, MOVINCHAINS, Moving the Chains SC on Facebook. Send us a Gmail, follow us on YouTube, all that stuff, do it. And here's some more Upstate scores for you. Here are our 4 games of the week right off the bat. Hillcrest 23, Lawrence 6. Hillcrest 3-0 in the season now, John. Watch out for the Rams. They're sneaky good.
That's what when we saw them in person, they look good. They
did. Maybe the game of the night or one of the 2 or 3 best games of the night for sure. Abbeville 14, Southside Christian 10. I saw that Southside Christian threw 4 picks. Not the best night for Hertzberg, doesn't sound like.
That's tough.
But big win for the Panthers there in A-Town. Nice win for those guys. Chapman 80, Blue Ridge 19. We thought this might be competitive. Blue Ridge has got a good quarterback there. They're undefeated, but Chapman had other ideas apparently. 80 points is impressive. So Panthers win 80-19. Another big game, Mallard Creek at North Carolina comes to Gaffney and wins 27-20. Scored 3 touchdowns in the second half to win that game. Union County 34, Broome 7. Landrum 47, Spartanburg Christian 10. Malden 24, Greer 21 in the game that we were checking out. RS Central 35, Chesney 21. Woodruff 42, Seneca 25. Greenville 27, JL Man 6. Clinton 31, Powdersville 0. Here's some postponements. Bowling Springs Dutch Fork play tomorrow. Crescent Palmetto play Monday. Easley Wren play tomorrow. And then some cancellations. Daniel Westside canceled, not being made up. Pickens TR canceled, not made up again. Southside Jefferson also canceled, not made up. And the TL Hanna BHP canceled and will not be made up either. John, give us some state scores if you don't mind over there.
Yeah, so from around the state, close game here. Blythewood over North Augusta, 27-24.
Yeah, late pick 6 there hurt North Augusta. Put them down by a lot. Tried to come back, but didn't quite have enough firepower there at the end.
Yeah, if you want to go to a close game, go to a North Augusta.
Yeah, every game's
probably
between 3 and 7 points, it sounds like.
Yeah. Camden rolls. Camden 43, Fort Mill 27, Dreher 42, Eau Claire 14, Fairfield Central 19, Calhoun County 6, First Baptist 28, Ben Lippin 21, Gilbert 42, Airport 32, Oceanside Collegiate 49, Gray Collegiate 42, Keenan 42, C.A. Johnson 6, Lamar 64, North Central 12, Lexington 35, South Aiken 28. My team of the week, Northwestern over Ridgeview 16-14, River Bluff 36, Lugoff Elgin 19, Saluda 50, Pelion 7, Spring Valley 39, Richland Northeast 3, White Knoll 51, Aiken 6, Wilson 30, Lower Richland 16, Andrew Jackson 34, Great Falls 0, Ainer 37, East Clarendon 14. Bluffton 47, Hanahan 14. Cane Bay 14, Ashley Ridge 9. Carvers Bay 26, Hemingway 6. Sherrall defeats Central of Pageland, big win for Sherrall, 14-12. Chester 22, Columbia, Georgia 6. Eau Claire 24, Dreer 6. Goose Creek 28, West Ashley 10. Greensea Floyd's big win, 28-27 over Loris. Hartsville 17, Conway 6. Lamar 64, North Central 12. Lancaster 21, Nation Ford 20. May River 46, Hilton Head Island 10. Myrtle Beach 37-0 over Socastee. And North Myrtle Beach 29, St. James 7. PD Academy 26, Carlton Prep 13.
Big win for the Eagles.
Rock Hill 22, Indian Land 12. West Florence 42, Lake City 29. And Woodland 37, Battery Creek 6. And another cancellation, Manning Crestwood, they will not make that game up. So yeah, those are the bigger games from around the state. So not a ton of surprises. A couple more blowouts.
Yep.
Couple upsets with seeing Northwestern over Ridgeview. So that was good. Saw Hartsville get back on track after losing a big game last week. Yep. So some good stuff there.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to next week already. Like we said, a lot of region play will be getting underway.
Yeah.
One big thing I want to check out, I mentioned about, maybe that's where we go, John, is Hillcrest heading to Spartanburg to open up the new stadium over there in Spartanburg. Cool. So new stadium for the Vikings opening up next week against Hillcrest. That may be a game to check out if you're in the area. We'll have to look at this schedule and see what else. I'm sure we'll put up our games of the week on Thursday. I'll be doing Facebook and Twitter, so be sure to look out for that. One more shout out to our sponsors. The George Agency, all your insurance needs, hit them up. Employee benefits, if you're an owner, seasonal worker, whatever, hit them up. The George Agency on Facebook, they will help you guys out. The George Agency on Facebook, like I said, check them out. Also check out Always on Top Clothing, Always on Top brand. Get you this cool shirt here, repping the Tar Heels of the state of North Carolina. Tell them that they're always on top of those Gamecocks down there in Columbia, just like they were a couple weeks ago. So big shout out to those two guys for supporting the show and helping us be able to do this every week for you. John, I don't know about you, but I'm ready for some good action like I think we're going to get next week.
Yeah, once we get into region play, you'll really get competitive. We won't see 4A teams playing 2A teams and trying to guess where these schools are in Georgia and North Carolina, wherever else. But region play is always exciting. It gets a little bit more serious.
Yes, certainly does. All these games so far don't matter, and here we go.
Yep. Clean slate.
Yes.
Clean slate once you get in region play.
So check us out, like I said, on Twitter at Movin Chains, MOVINCHAINS. I don't know if you guys have noticed, we've got that underneath John's name, and Facebook's underneath my name. So check that out. Movin the Chains SC on Facebook. You send us a Gmail, which is linked to. It's listed on both pages. Check us out on Facebook or YouTube and everything else. We're going to try to go live on Twitter next week as well to give you guys some more viewing options. We're going to work on that and see if we make it happen. So, like I said, just like it, comment, share, tell your friends. We really do appreciate it. Even if you don't watch the video, still like it. That'd be great. We love that too. So, check us out next week. For John Epps, I'm Kevin Thomas. It's been Moving the Chains, week 3, and we will see you guys next Friday night.